Hi, it's Sandy Wyllie. Welcome to my mental health channel, where I wipe away the stigma of mental illness by talking about my own personal struggles, having borderline personality disorder, complex post-traumatic stress disorder, anxiety and panic attacks, depression. I talk about narcissism and my narcissistic mother. I talk about schizophrenia, and I wrote a book about my schizophrenic father right here, Life with My Schizophrenic Father. And the link to that book, along with all my other books, is down below in the description. They're all available on Amazon. I talk about my unethical psychologist, who I've also written books about, um, and all the different therapies I've been in, and the plethora of other mental health related topics. But I only come on as a former patient of almost 20 years. I am not a licensed therapist. I do not hold a degree in psychology, so I cannot diagnose you or give you a professional opinion. All I ask in turn of you, please, is your kindness and respect in the comments. Please be kind to me, be kind to other people who comment. We don't need to agree on everything. Variety is the spice of life, but we always need to show each other respect and kindness. Now, if you are new to my channel, welcome, welcome. Hit that little subscribe box down below in the right-hand corner. That way you'll be notified each and every time a new video comes out. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. Share it with your friends, your family on your social media platforms. Spread the love. Stick around. Take a chance. Please, I want to hear from you. I love your thoughts, your opinions. I want to know what your personal struggles are all about. And I will respond to all the comments. Today, I'm going to talk about how I always feel like I don't belong. This has been a feeling I've had really for my whole life, from my childhood up until now at 59 years old. I'm not going to go into my past traumatic childhood where I've been beaten and criticized by my narcissistic mother, and go into the details of my schizophrenic father, because I've done those in other videos, so you can catch up if you're new to my channel. I'm going to talk about why I always feel like I don't belong now. And there's 4 reasons for it. So let's discuss the first reason. If you looked at and watched my other videos, I have a severely handicapped son. He's 29 years old. He has traumatic brain injury. He's an invalid. He contacted an illness when he was 4 years old that ate away most of his brain. So he can't function like a normal adult. He can't go to the bathroom by himself. He can't shower. He can't go out alone. He needs supervision 24/7. He lives in a residential place. Like when your parents get old and you put them in a nursing home because they can no longer take care of themselves, he's in a place like that for handicapped people that cannot, handicapped adults that cannot take care of themselves. So when people talk about their children, I feel very awkward around it. They ask how many, how many children I have. I say 2. A lot of people say, oh, I only thought you had 1, because they only see me with my other son, who, is healthy, Austin, who has, a college education, who has a career. So they only see me out and about with him, because I'm never out and about with Alex, because he's 6'3", weighs 175 pounds, and he's like a big 2-year-old. I mean, he could kill me. I can't go out in public. I can't be alone, like going out in public with him, because of his severe handicap. So so it feels very awkward, because I don't like having to discuss about him. Like, even just like simple things, like if I go to the hairdresser to get my hair done, and you know how you talk to, when you go get your hair done, or your nails done or anything like that, how you casually have a conversation with with anyone. Let's just say your hairdresser, and she asks, oh, you have children? Yes, I have 2. Oh, what do they do? Well, one's, going for his master's degree and paying off his student debt. He lives at home, and he's working full time in a crisis hotline. Oh, what's your other one? Oh, well, he doesn't live at home. He's moved out. And then, if she asks, what does he do? Then it feels like, what am I going to say? I don't really want to go into it. You understand, like, unless, I don't know if you understand, probably if you never had a severely sick child, you wouldn't understand. Because I really don't want to go into depth about what happened to him. But when people ask me, just in casual conversation, like a hairdresser or, your bank teller, or I don't know, or if you're at a party, people ask that question, are you married? Do you have kids? Oh, what about your kids? What are they doing? I feel like, well, I don't want to lie. I say, well, he's moved out. Well, what does he do? Well, what am I going to say? He doesn't do anything. He's an invalid. But it's very difficult, well, it leaves me in a bind because I don't think it's anyone's business. I don't really want to talk about it. And it just feels like I'm stuck, I'm really stuck because everyone else has healthy children that has children. So I feel, I don't belong with other people that do have children because I feel I'm not part of that group. They have healthy children. I don't have a healthy child. I have a very sick child. I have a very brain damaged child. I feel like, I'm not part of that group. I feel, in a position where I don't know what to say to these people, and because they can't comprehend, and then I don't want to have to explain the whole thing. You ever get in a position where you don't want to really have to explain the whole story to someone, and there's no way to answer it without, them gonna ask, without further questions, So, and that way I am not like anyone else that I ever knew or ran into because I don't have a healthy child. I have a very peculiar and unusual situation that I will have for the rest of my life. Other people can relate to if you have if one of your parents is in a nursing home, people can really relate to that because that's not uncommon at all. It's very common, in fact. But if you say well, your son lives in one of these special homes, they'll say, what's that? What do you mean? And so that's the first thing. The second thing is that I don't have a job. I don't work. And the number 2 question someone asks you, the first question is, what's your name? The second question is always, what do you do? And ever since I left my security job, and that was, well, God, oh my God, what, maybe 12 years ago, I have not worked a job. What have I been doing? I've been writing books. I've been writing poetry and published in magazines. I have 36 books available on Amazon. The last 5 years, I've been doing a YouTube channel, okay? But I feel very awkward, and I feel like I don't belong because I'm not doing a conventional, I'm out of the box, okay? People have jobs, what are their jobs? Well, they work in an office, they're an accountant, they're a dental hygienist, they're a hairdresser. These are all the jobs, the zillions of jobs. But when I say, well, I write books. Oh, really? Who's your publisher? Oh, what are your books? I'll look for it on Amazon. I'll look for it, not on Amazon, Barnes and Noble. One time I told someone that I wrote a book that is published, and they went to Barnes and Noble, okay, and they asked, do you have this book by Sandra Wyllie? And it's like, they said, no. Well, can you look her up? Well, we never heard of her. See, because I'm self-published. So that in of itself means I don't belong. Because I don't belong among the published authors because I'm self-published. People frown upon self-published authors. They frown upon it Just like my other thing, that the third thing why I don't belong is because I don't have a bachelor degree. I have an associate's degree. People frown upon people that don't have the minimum of a bachelor degree. An associate's degree is a joke, and being a self-published author is a joke. Okay, people will look at you like you have two heads, like there's something mentally wrong with you. Because I never had an editor. I couldn't afford it. I never had an agent. I couldn't afford it. So I've never been published by a publishing house. I only self-published. So people look at that like, like you're retarded. I'm not kidding you. That's why, I don't belong in that class of people who have published books, who have editors, who have literary agents, who are self-published by Random House or Penguin or whatever publishing houses. I don't know them all because I'm not formally published. Okay, I'm self-published. So people look at that like there's something wrong with you. Oh, you know. So when they bring up, what do you do? I don't know what to say. I freeze. This is why I don't go to parties. This is why I don't socialize at all with people, because I don't belong. Why don't I belong? Because I don't have a conventional job. What do I do all day? What do I do all day? I write and I do videos for my YouTube channel. I'm monetized, but to be honest, how much money do I make being monetized? Last month I made $23. $23 in 1 month. I work 7 days a week. I work several hours a day on these videos, okay? Several hours a day. Can you see what that spells to everyone? Loser, loser. This woman is working several hours a day, putting out a video 7 days a week. And how much money is this woman making? $23 a month? I mean, that would be laughable if I made that in a week. It would be laughable if I made that in a day. Now, maybe it'd be all right if I made $23 in an hour. They wouldn't laugh then. But if I even told them I made $23 a day, they would think I'm mentally ill. A day. I make that a month, $23 in a month. Do the math. How much money? It was at $1 a day, if not even. And I put in hours, of doing these videos. So how much did these books scandal me? People buy my books. 3 people bought my books this month. Excuse me. I have between, I don't know, maybe, to be honest, 3 to 6 people a month buy my books. How much money does that make me on each book? It can make me from $10 to $20. So how much money do you think I get every month? Not much from these books. So between the selling of my books and the monetization from my YouTube channel, I'm like an elephant. I'm making peanuts. I'm working for peanuts. I might as well be a friggin' elephant in the circus. Because just like the elephants in the circus, I'm only working for peanuts. That's what the elephants are doing. I think they ban that now because that's abuse of animals. But they don't do that anymore with live animals. But before, elephants would, be chained all day, be brought out to work, okay? And what was their reward? Peanuts. That's what I feel like, a big, fat elephant. Can you spell loser? So every time I go, I in a social situation and people ask me, what do? I freeze. I don't know what to say, because when they ask, if I say I'm an author, then they'll start asking those questions. Who's your publisher? Oh, I don't have one. What do you mean you don't have one? Every writer has a publisher. Oh, I'm self-published. Oh, see, so that's another biggie. So I stay away from social gatherings because I don't want to talk about how sick my son is. I don't want to talk about what I do all day, because people look at me like I'm retarded, like I'm a big fat loser, because I don't have a conventional job where I'm bringing in a decent salary. So, and the third thing is, I don't have any education. You know, what university did you go to? Oh, I went to a community college. People look at an associate's degree as equivalent of a high school diploma. It means nothing. Okay, your your bachelor degree is your standard. I mean, when I mean standard, it means it's your bare minimum. It's the lowest education you have. All right. So when I tell people I have an associate's degree, they look at me like. The other thing that I've talked about that makes me feel like I don't belong is I have no friends. Now, I don't know anyone personally who has no friends. Another big fat loser. Gee, you have no friends. There must be something wrong with you. This is what people say. This is the first thing that people say when, you know, they hear someone has no friends. You're a loser. Nobody likes you. You have no friends? Gee, I wonder why. You must be a loser. You must be a bitch. Um, you must be very unlikable. No one likes you. No one wants to be your friend. So, you know, when people talk about their friends, like if you're, I don't socialize anymore either. So I don't socialize at all. Um, what I do is I write, write my books, write my poetry. You know that song, I am a rock, I am an island. I got my poetry and my books to protect me. I am shield in my armor, hiding in my room, safe within my room. I touch no one and no one touches me. I am a rock, I am an island. That's me. But you know, when you go out and everyone says, "Oh, I did this with my friends. I went away with my girls, my girl pals, or my bestie," or you see this on Facebook all the time. People with their best friends, are they hanging out, going to dinner, or they're going to movies, or they're going to museums, or you know, they're out. And yeah, no one wants me. I can't name one person that I socialize with. Not one. Okay. So when I say other people say they have no friends, they may mean they have no close friends. Okay. When I say I have no friends, I'm talking about zero, zip, nada. There's no one that calls me, no one I see, no one I call, no one, nothing. I have zero, big fat loser. So this is why I feel like I don't belong, because I don't have friends. So I feel like, you know, everyone else out there has healthy children um, who are, you know, out in the world. They have their own careers, their own homes, college educations. They have jobs that they have a regular income. No matter what that job is, it doesn't mean they have to be like, they could be a teacher. They don't have to be a doctor or a surgeon, but you know, whatever their job is, they get paid for it. They have a regular income. What do? I do YouTube videos. How much do I get paid? $23. Not a day, not a week, a month. People will think that I'm retarded because I do hours and hours of work 7 days a week for $23 a month. They'd say, "Are you joking? Are you serious, girl? What's wrong with you? There must be something wrong with you." So I have no friends, no conventional job. I don't have a conventional family life. I don't have an education, so I really feel like a big fat loser, and I feel like I feel like I don't belong in this world. I really don't. I really feel like I don't belong in this world. Like nobody wants me. Um, nobody watches my channel. I get people asking, like, I look at other people's channels and, they get hundreds of thousands of views. And they're not the famous people. They're middle-aged women like me, you know? and they get, you know, they're doing really good. And I figure, what am I doing wrong? I don't understand, you know. It just must be just like I have no friends, that people just don't like me. I'm not going to change because, you know, I'm almost 60, all right? I'm going to be 60 in July, you know. I'm not going to try to be phony and be something that I'm not, okay? I'm going to come on and tell my story. 10 subscribers dropped out, 10, the last couple of days because I told my story about my psychologist. The last few videos, I've been talking a lot about what happened in my unethical therapies. And people think like, oh God, Jesus, you know, that woman is something, she's got a screw loose, or she's a slut, she's a whore. No wonder why those shrinks fucked her. She's a whore, she's a slut. Can you spell big fat loser? So that's probably why I wanted to share my story. It's my YouTube channel. I wanted to tell people what happened to me, but this is another reason why I don't fit in, because people look at that and I told you, 10 subscribers dropped out since I did those videos about what happened with my psychologist. 10. In the last couple of days, I lost 10 people because of it. So I said, all right, you know what? I said my piece on it. I'm not going to say any more about it. But these are the reasons why I always feel like I don't belong, and I'm never going to belong. Okay? I'm never going to fit in the box, all right? I don't fit in. I fit out. And that's why I'm so lonely, and that's why I'm always going to be alone, because I fit out. I don't fit in. And let me know if you have any feelings like that. Do you feel like you don't fit in? Do you feel like you don't belong? Please, I want to know. I don't want to feel alone in this. I want to hear from you. I want to hear if you have similar experiences as I do. But I gave you my reasons, and if you have any reasons, I want to hear your reasons too. So let me hear from you. I really do value your comments. Until next time, take care.